All right, bows and bow ties. So look, I must apologize because my tongue is on fire. I just finished eating some fish and French fries. I got in late. So look, I don't have a whole lot of time. I know it's kind of late. So I want to talk about disrespectful Jill Biden, the disrespectful doc. Okay, take a look at this thumbnail. I didn't get a chance to upload this the way I wanted to. Well, it's in the thumbnail, but nevertheless, okay, let me put this off to the side for a second. So, all right. Sorry, I had to bring this up as a PNG. So look, let's just talk about this for a second. I know there's been a lot of things that have come out since I first heard about this, but I'm just going to go with my original content. I just didn't get a chance to do this earlier, so I apologize. Number one, let me just say she shaded the you know what out of LSU. For those of you who don't know, you're living under a rock like me. So Jill Biden, I guess, was feeling some kind of way. She basically invited the LSU national champions, the women who just won a national championship at NCAA basketball. She invited them to the White House, and she also invited the losing team to the White House. And I was like, who does that? And of course, the people who are reporting on this, all the different talking heads and everything, my tongue is on fire, by the way. Excuse me. That fish was good. So look, I cooked some really good fish. So anyway, so she invited the losing team to the White House. And I'm like, no, no. It's just so disrespectful on so many ways. And by the way, I'm probably the only one who really enjoys this, but look at this thumbnail one more time. Caitlin, come visit. She's like, what's up, Jill? Angel Reese, the lady in the center from LSU, was like, huh? But you know, I entertain myself. So anyway, what was so interesting about that was it was like she probably didn't even realize her internal bias kicked in. All right. I was like, there's so much being made about the whole racial side of what happened. I mean, many of you already know about the silliness that's gone on. I mean, women trash talk. Okay. Women trash talk just as much as men. But I think what was like adding insult to injury is this is someone who is a highly educated woman, supposedly aware, okay, of all the racial tension and even her privilege, but apparently she wasn't. Okay, let me take this off for a second. She wasn't. So her internal, um, her subconscious bias, she didn't even realize the blind spot she had, right? Because deep down, everybody wanted these white women to win the championship. It is what it is. And I think the thing was they didn't want to see this predominantly black team beat this lily white team. And then this is the thing. As I've stated before, I'm sure you've seen in some of my YouTube shorts, like I am a fan of Caitlin Clark because she is truly a talent. But so is Angel Reese, so is Angel Reese, Aaliyah Boston, etc. I am not taking away what she has done this year, but it's amazing how she can do well. And it's like they want to laud and applaud. But what about some of these other ladies? But that's not why we're here. So Jill Biden was biting. Can I say that? Can I make up a word? She was biting. So now she invites these ladies to the White House because they played so well, the losing team. She just couldn't stand the fact that these women deserve to have that moment on their own, just like all the other winners in their category. Because my understanding is when you win in college, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, whatever it is, like I think my understanding is they arrive in mass. And now she wants LSU to share the stage with the losing team. Anyway, so I felt like it was more like she pitied them. And if I was Iowa, I would be even more insulted that, okay, I'm being celebrated for coming in second best, for losing, as if I'm a damsel. See, that should be your motivation. That should be a motivation. I just felt like she did everything she could to take away from those LSU young women. So I was just kind of like, you can miss me, Joe Biden. This is the kind of stuff that kills me when I tell people that people, so many of us, to me included, we all have blind spots. And do I think Joe Biden is a racist? No. But her subconscious bias really kicked in. She probably wasn't even thinking about it. She probably was like, wow. I think when America, they put a mirror in front of her, like they put a lens to her face. I think she was like chin checked. I think she was gut punched. So anyway, so my whole feeling behind this when I heard about this was I was like, LSU should turn this down. They should turn it down and be like, you know what? That's okay. I don't need to go to the White House. You apparently think I need to share this national championship moment with the losing team. You think I need to share it so these other teams don't have to share it, but I have to share it. And on top of that, I think as a woman, I would feel some kind of way. I'd be like, wait a second, would you do that to the men? I want to know, did she invite the San Diego State losers? Now, I don't really consider them like losers, but like last night they were. I stopped watching the game. It wasn't even all that exciting anyway because I was like, oh, UConn is getting ready to handle. I'm like, they better call some timeouts. Call some timeouts. So I stopped watching. I went into my bed early and was like reading or something. Jill, Jill. See, I don't even feel like I need to be calling you Dr. Biden or First Lady or anything like that because see, you were disrespectful. You were all the way disrespectful. Jill, did you invite San Diego State, the losing team? Did you invite them from the men's side? Inquiring minds want to know. Did you invite San Diego State, the losing NCAA men's basketball team, to the White House? I just want to know. So I just felt like Jill Biden forgot that she was Bidening and that she had internal biases, right? Or subconscious biases. And so now I felt like she went in and put on a full on cape. She put a full on cape. She's like, let me go save these Iowa women because I feel bad for them. By the way, let me throw up this real quick. Oh, you can't even see that. Hold on. How did I do that? I didn't do this right. Bam. Fair use. Everything I say. Fair use. Sorry about that. Oh, it changed my background. Let's get my background back. Okay. Anyway, pretty pink. So now I just want to know if she invited the losing team to the White House from the men's side. That's all I want to know. Because I don't understand why she would think it's okay to sit there and take the losing team from a championship, invite them to the White House. It's insulting from a racial standpoint. It's insulting from a woman who was just, these women who are part of the whole Title IX thing have that opportunity to to play for a championship. And I think the thing that killed me so much was not only did she insult LSU and say, I want you to share this moment, it was an insult to the Iowa competitors. Like, you know what? We're going to take pity on you because you just couldn't get it done. It was insulting to them. And I think the thing that irked me too was, let me tell you something. They talked about how well it was played and everything. Yeah, it was a good game, but like let's be clear. They got smacked. They lost by like 17 points. They got smacked. They got handled. They got handled. Caitlin Clark, as great as she is, if you take her away, Iowa doesn't stand a chance. LSU had a deep bench. And they tried to make it seem like, Angel Reese or whoever. I'm like, first of all, that she was in foul trouble. Well, so was Caitlin Clark. But look what happens when Caitlin Clark is in foul trouble. Iowa was on the struggle bus. You put other people from LSU in foul trouble, there was other people that can step in and continue to pull the trigger. Now, like I said, my previous content, I said I was really looking forward to seeing an Iowa and an LSU showdown because I really felt like it would be good. I did. I called it. I wasn't sure Iowa was going to come through South Carolina, and I like South Carolina, but that's neither here nor there. So anyway, so I was really disappointed that Jill Biden was going to use her power and privilege to try to convince, you know, sleepy Joes. Is that what they call them? To basically, give pity to these ladies because it would have been a pity party. She would have used her position and power to provide pity to these women. So anyway, I was just kind of like, no, ma'am. See, Jill, I don't need to respect you right now. You were disrespectful to those ladies. Jill, did you invite the losing men's team in the double NCAA basketball last night? Did you invite them? I'm just asking questions. I'm just asking questions. What else do I have on here? So look, anyway, I just talked about Caitlyn being the one woman show, right? And she's an incredible show. Like, you cannot deny how special this young woman is. Like, she is legit. She is a true baller, okay? But and at the end of the day, LSU handled Iowa. They were demolished, okay? And we were just going to call a thing a thing. And they kept talking about how competitive this game was. I'm like, no, this was a blowout. 17 points, 17-7. So I think they wanted to make it seem closer than it was. And so look, I remember like I used to watch a lot of tennis. I played tennis. I like to watch a lot of tennis. And it reminds me of when they would try to compare this so-called rivalry between Serena Williams and Maria Sharapova or Sharapova, depending on how you want to pronounce it. And I'm like, how is it a rivalry when it's like 23-2, or I forgot what the record was? It's not a rivalry. You're trying to make it into one. You want so bad for her to be the great white hope. And they wanted to call it a rivalry. I'm like, it's literally not a rivalry. No. She can't beat Serena. After those first couple of wins or whatever it was, I can't remember if it was 21-2 or 23-3 or whatever it was. That's not a rivalry. They wanted to make it a rivalry. They're like, yeah, it was so competitive this match. I'm like, she literally just got smoked. Her last few matches against Serena, they weren't competitive, but they still called it a rivalry. And it makes me think about what happened this weekend, So LSU handled Iowa. Let's be clear. This was not a close game. At one point, like the game of runs, it got closer. But at the end of the day, they handled Iowa. They did. And for Jill to feel like she needed to offer condolences or something, I'm sitting there thinking, like, these women played a game. It was a very passionate game. But at the end of the day, someone is a champion, someone is not. No one died. No one died. So you don't have to offer them this consolation of, oh, you're a loser. Come on to the White House because it was such a good game. I mean, it was, but child. Anyway, moving on. I think I heard something that I did see clips or something somewhere where Angel Reese mentioned that she would rather go celebrate with the Obamas. I don't know if that was an option or is an option or whatever, but that was kind of like thrown out there. And I get it. You want to sit there and put out there that I should, they're looking forward to me coming to the White House, and you want to invite Iowa? If I was Iowa, I'd be insulted. I would be embarrassed to show up to the White House as a losing team that people took pity on. I said party, pity. Um. Anyway, so I just feel like this. No, LSU should not be sharing the podium because last time I checked, that wasn't even a tied score. It was like 102-85 or something. It wasn't even tied. Jill, did you invite the men? I just want to know, Jill, did you invite the men? The losing men, the ones who lost, San Diego State. Yeah. I don't even know what the final score was. That's how uninterested I was in that game. I don't even think I got through the first half. I was like, I went and got in my bed, pulled out my stuff and was doing some stuff. I was like, I am not interested. I think my husband fell asleep on it, and we have a sitting area in our bedroom. He was in there. Yeah, I'm watching the game. Yeah. That's how uninterested. We were like, okay, this is going to be a beatdown. And when I left out, or at least it was, I don't know what the final was. Anyway, yes, Jill, we don't share podiums. So let me just say for the record, as much as they talk about Caitlin Clark, let's talk about some of her weaknesses. Everybody's got weaknesses, but see, they have exalted her, right? I'm like, she turned the ball over like 6, 7 times. Didn't she turn the ball over? I'm not so sure if I think she has the best defense, but that doesn't detract from her being a great player, right? The point I'm making is, you see how easy it is to try to tear down somebody? I just don't like how they treated Angel Reese. I certainly don't like how Jill, yes, I said Jill. I didn't say Dr. Biden. I didn't say Doc. I didn't say First Lady. I said Jill. Jill basically tarnished that moment for these young ladies. Jill, I just want to know, did you invite the losing men's team from the NCAA? I just want to know. That's all I want to know. Just inquiring minds want to know. I mean, I'm just saying. I mean, I was just asking some questions. I'm just asking questions. Now, let me just get back to Caitlin for a second, because, like I said, as great of a talent she is, she was still kind of outplayed. Well, I don't know. She scored like, I think, 30 points. Like I said earlier in this live, if Caitlin Clark is in trouble and she goes to the bench, it's a wrap. See, them other girls that got into foul trouble, them other girls from these teams, you send them to the bench, they just kept reloading and pulling new triggers. And Caitlin Clark is an amazing talent. Like, I am a fan of the Caitlin Clark, but I just wanted to call out the hypocrisy in this whole situation. America made this about race, not black people. America did. America did. And Jill Biden, in her subconscious bias, it snuck out. It snuck out. It was like she threw all up over herself. This is the reason why I said we have to vet people. This is the reason why, oh, it's been a while since I talked about this. I always say, I don't, everybody gets to choose how you show up and who you interact with. And I interact with all kinds of people. And I have people who are not just black that are my friends. However, I also go into everything aware that there are people with subconscious biases, especially in America, because we're completely jacked up. We make everything about race. So anyway, Caitlin was basically overall outplayed. You don't get to start stuff. Look, they had like whole pieces on Caitlin. They're like, yeah, yeah, like she's a clapback queen or whatever. I'm like, well, now I'm gonna use some Ave, formerly known as Ebonics. Angel Reese was the clapback queen herself. She was actually the shade assassin. How about that? Okay. So anyway, so I think Caitlin Clark thought that her privilege was going to win through on all of this, and it did not. And actually, I'm not really mad at Caitlin Clark, to be honest, because she's also been thrust into this. She didn't ask for people to call Angel Reese names and call her all, and treat her like that. Caitlin Clark did not ask for that. Caitlin Clark just asked for basically to give her a dose of her own medicine. That's what happened. She did not ask for that. I don't think we should be going after Caitlin Clark. I mean, like demonizing her. But she also has the privilege of knowing that she's not going to be demonized. So anyway, I don't know. To be honest, everybody was mad that she got that technical foul for when she tossed that ball behind her. I'm like, well, good, because they would have given it to a blackity black. I'm like, she can get a foul. It's okay. I'm like, America, it's okay. But let me get back to Jill. Jill, just let me know. Call me. Call me. Let me know. Let me know. Did you invite San Diego State? I just want to ask. I just want to know. Or did you only want to do that to LSU? Rob them of that great moment. You messed up a moment for them, because I shouldn't say every, but our athletes, collegiate and professional, love to have that opportunity to visit the White House. Not everybody gets a chance to visit the White House. And for you to allow your subconscious bias to kick in and ruin that moment, I would say no, just on spite. But I'm that kind of petty person now. I'm like, no, I'm not coming. I'm not coming. I'm not coming. I'm like, thank you for ruining this moment for me. All right. Let me know what your thoughts are, because Jill is out here jilling, knowing that I guarantee you, she did not ask. Does anybody want to come up, by the way? I'll give you a moment and let me know what your thoughts are. But Jill knows she was wrong for that. Jill, that's right. See, you don't deserve respect if you're not going to give respect the way you treated those women. Let me decline this. Jill knows she was out of line. Jill was out of line. I don't even ever pace. Let me see. Let me see if people want to come on. I'm going to paste the link here. I'm going to give you one moment to come on. And if not, I'm getting off because it's been a long day. Let me know. Do you want to come up? And if not, no big deal. I'm curious to see what your thoughts are on this. Sorry, I got a situation going on. But all right. That's about it for me. Leave a comment. I'm gonna get off. I know I was supposed to have this live earlier, but I was so caught up and I had to go parent and run around and cook some fish. So all right. Leave a comment and subscribe.